Good day, everybody. It is Wednesday, November 4th. This is your National Holidays with your host, me, CK. And I hope you're having a wonderful, wonderful day. It's mid of the week. I'm ready. I'm excited. I'm ready to get over this little hump and cruise right into the weekend. But before we do that, let's find out what's happening today in national holidays. Alright, so we have two holidays. We've got National Candy Day and National Chicken Lady Day. Interesting. Alright, let's talk candy. Does it seem like I'm a little hopped up on the candy? Possibly. Maybe I'm still coming down off the sugar high from Halloween, maybe. But anyways, candy's been around for quite some time. Started way back in the ancient times where they had sugars that they melted down into hard little candy mabobbers, all that stuff. But the candy that we kind of typically know and love today really probably goes back to about 1817 when an Englishman from Doncaster, Yorkshire, not even sure if that's the correct pronunciation in English terms, but he started making butterscotch hard candy. And then in 1883, David Bradley calls his taffy saltwater taffy, and the reason why is because his store, which was located in New Jersey, got flooded during a hurricane, and of course, being on the coast, flooded with salt water, hence saltwater taffy. And Forest Bars created the M&Ms in 1941. And then in 1960, we have a UK man, Peter Phillips, who invents the Starburst, which was originally called Opal Fruits. I'm really glad they changed the name because honestly, I can't imagine eating Opal Fruits. It sounds like an old person candy for some reason. I think mostly because of the term opal. But yeah, it's like Opal Fruits. I would like some Opal Fruits, please. But now with Starburst, I'm like, yeah, Starburst. I mean, think of the commercials that we have now for Starburst. If they were still called Opal Fruits, we couldn't have that cool, what was it, the jet fighter, scene where they're shooting the starbursty flavor into the Starburst itself. Yeah, you couldn't do that with something called Opal Fruits. So, anyways, that's all I have for National Candy Day. Now, let's talk about the Chicken Lady. So, the Chicken Lady is actually named after Dr. Marthenia Tina Dupree. And she is a phenomenal woman who's done amazing things. That's her on the background of this. And so here's the deal. A good, life lesson story, really. As you notice, we kind of look at the history of the Chicken Lady in this particular segment. And the neat thing that I found is that despite how she may have not liked having to work in the same field that maybe her mother did, because it wasn't really her choice, and her grandmother. But in the end, she realized that she gained a lot of things from that experience, and in her words, it put her on a path that led her to who she is today. So, if we look back in 1960, when she had to work with her mother and her grandmother in a segment, or a maid, that she didn't really appreciate it, but you know what? She didn't let that negatively affect her. She's like, you know what? I'm going to look at this as an opportunity and build upon this. And she did. And so when we have any of that kind of come up in our life, no matter what our origin story is, because honestly, a lot of like cool people that you tend to follow, all that kind of stuff, those mentors and stuff, their origin stories may not be pretty. You know, they typically had either a rough time coming up, went through some very tragic things, all that kind of stuff. But they came out the other side so much better. So if you are like, oh, this is a very rough time for me, I'm not happy where I'm at, just think, you will get through this. Eventually you'll be on the other side of whatever this is that you're going through, and you have a choice. And that choice is you can choose to have a positive attitude about it, or you can choose to be negative about it. Those are reactions that you have control over. You truly do. And I believe, I want to say it was Winston Churchill who said it, but I don't quite know because I've seen this quote by other people as well. And that is, life is 10% what happens to you and 90% how you react to it. So that's my little soapbox for how I feel Miss Dr. Dupree managed where she started and where she ended up. So let's find out the rest of her story. In 1979, she entered college. She was in her 30s. She attended a public speaking course, and she did really, really well. Her teacher pulled her aside, let her know she's a natural. She was born to do this, which helps. It helps when you have people tell you things like this, especially from an educator, to get that kind of positive feedback. So, fast forward 1980s, she starts working for a fast food chicken company. They don't ever say what that company is. I have a few guesses in my head, but whatever. Anyways, that doesn't matter. She just does so well. She becomes a spokesperson for them. She takes over their training. She is just amazing. And while working there in her 15 years, she becomes known as the Chicken Lady. And that term, that name, stuck. And so, as you can see, she's a corporate trainer. She's gone on to do speaking events, motivational speaking, leadership. She helps out in the community. She helps with lower income families and communities. And it's just amazing what she has done with what she's been given. And she's shared those things, which we should all do, to share our experiences and the talents that we have with other people and help bring other people up along. And because of this, in 2001, she was invited to the Oval Office by President George W. Bush to have discussions on education reform. And that is the Chicken Lady, Dr. Dupree. All right, so now, what else do we got? That's it. That's all we have. So hopefully you have enjoyed today's national holidays. You got everything out of it you needed. And guess what? If you do like these and you don't want to miss any more of these kind of videos, you know what you need to do? Hit subscribe, ring the bell, and then you'll be notified anytime I go live or drop some new content, and you'll be all caught up on the national holidays for today. So with that, I wish you a wonderful, wonderful day. I hope you have a great time, and I'll see you all back here tomorrow. All right, bye-bye.